Neymar Jr., the Brazilian phenomenon who changed the game. He was the boy with a ball at his feet and samba in his soul. From the streets of São Vicente to the brightest lights in world football, Neymar da Silva Santos Jr. didn't just rise to stardom, he exploded into it. Fast feet, bold flair, endless charisma. He became Brazil's new hope, Barcelona's magician, and PSG's record-breaking icon. But his journey has never been just about goals. It's about expectations, pressure, injury, brilliance, and a legacy still unfolding. This is the story of Neymar Jr., the Brazilian phenomenon who changed the game. Part 1, Born for the Ball, Early Life and Struggles. Neymar was born on February 5, 1992, in Mogi das Cruzes, São Paulo. Raised in modest surroundings, football wasn't just a pastime, it was survival. His father, Neymar Sr., a former footballer himself, became his manager early on, guiding his son with a mix of tough love and unshakable belief. By the age of 6, Neymar was dazzling local games with tricks far beyond his age. In futsal courts, he honed his tight control and explosive movement. His talent was so obvious that Santos FC, one of Brazil's most storied clubs, signed him into their youth academy by the time he was 11. Money was tight. Football wasn't just a dream, it was a way out. Part 2, The Prodigy of Santos, A Star is Born. At 17, Neymar made his professional debut for Santos FC. He didn't just impress, he electrified. Fans flocked to stadiums to watch the skinny teenager dribble past defenders like they were ghosts. In 2010, he led Santos to a Copa do Brasil win and caught global attention. His goal-scoring, flair, and audacity led many to compare him to Pelé, the club's greatest legend. The pressure was intense, but Neymar thrived under the spotlight. By 2011, he helped Santos lift the Copa Libertadores, their first since Pelé's era. He won South American Footballer of the Year twice. Offers from Europe came flooding in, but Neymar stayed, at least for now. He was not just a player, he was Brazil's crown jewel. Part 3, Barcelona, the dream transfer and tiki-taka fusion. In 2013, Neymar joined FC Barcelona. It was a controversial transfer, shrouded in legal disputes and secrecy, but it was football poetry waiting to happen. Playing alongside Lionel Messi and later Luis Suarez, Neymar formed part of the feared MSN trio. Their chemistry was lethal. Goals poured in, titles followed. The 2014-15 season was unforgettable. Barcelona won the treble, La Liga, Copa del Rey, and UEFA Champions League. Neymar wasn't just riding the wave, he was leading it. His solo goal against Villarreal, his penalty under pressure in the Champions League final, and his flair in El Clasico matches, he was magic in motion. But while his talent shined, so did the shadows. Media pressure, constant scrutiny, and the expectations of being the successor to Messi. Part 4, the record-shattering move to PSG. In August 2017, Neymar shocked the world by moving to Paris Saint-Germain. The fee? 222 million euros, the most expensive transfer in football history. Some called it ambition, others called it betrayal. But Neymar wanted to step out of Messi's shadow and lead his own dynasty. In Paris, the spotlight intensified. His debut was dazzling. The League One defenders couldn't contain him. He scored goals, created assists, and entertained in every match. But injuries became a recurring nightmare. Despite helping PSG win multiple domestic titles, Neymar's Champions League dream remained elusive. The closest he came was in 2020, when PSG reached the final but lost to Bayern Munich. The criticism was relentless. Fans accused him of caring more about parties and appearances than performance. Yet when fit, his talent was undeniable. His dribbling, vision, and creativity made him one of the most feared attackers in the world. Part 5, Brazil's new hope and World Cup burden, wearing the iconic number 10 shirt for Brazil, once worn by Pelé, Neymar carried the weight of a nation. In the 2014 World Cup, hosted in Brazil, Neymar was the team's brightest star. He delivered stunning goals against Croatia and Cameroon. But in the quarterfinals, tragedy struck. A brutal injury to his back ruled him out of the rest of the tournament. Without him, Brazil collapsed. The infamous 7-1 loss to Germany in the semifinals became a national trauma. In 2018, Neymar returned to the World Cup in Russia. The expectations were enormous. He scored against Mexico, but faced criticism for exaggerated dives and theatrics. Brazil crashed out in the quarterfinals again. Still, Neymar became Brazil's second all-time top scorer, behind only Pelé. And with every tournament, the question remained, could he lead Brazil to World Cup glory? Part 6. Style, Influence, and Cultural Impact. Neymar is more than a footballer. He's a brand, a symbol, a lifestyle. His haircuts, fashion sense, and social media presence have made him one of the most recognizable athletes on the planet. Millions follow his every move, on and off the pitch. To the streets of Brazil, Neymar is an idol. To young players worldwide, he represents creativity and flair. He revived the joy of Brazilian football, the step-overs, the nutmegs, the audacity to dance while playing. He brought entertainment back to the sport, in an era becoming increasingly mechanical. Part 7. Injuries, Setbacks, and the Cost of Stardom. Behind the highlights reel lies a career marred by physical pain. Neymar's time at PSG was plagued by recurring injuries, especially to his ankle and metatarsal. Just when he seemed to be gaining momentum, another setback would strike. These injuries not only affected his game, but his confidence and rhythm. His absence in crucial Champions League ties raised doubts about his durability. Frustration mounted, from fans, from the media, and within Neymar himself. Yet Neymar always returned, fighting, adapting, never losing his joy for the game. Part 8. 2022 World Cup and Beyond. In Qatar 2022, Neymar returned to the World Cup stage, perhaps for the last time at his peak. Brazil were among the favorites. He battled through injury yet again, but scored in the knockout stages, tying Pelé's goal record for Brazil. Yet heartbreak struck once more. Brazil were eliminated in a penalty shootout against Croatia in the quarterfinals. Tears flowed. The burden had been heavy, and the ending was cruel. Part 9. The Saudi Move and Legacy Questions. In 2023, Neymar made another shock move, joining Al Hilal in the Saudi Pro League. Critics claimed it was for money. Supporters argued he'd earned the right to choose his path. The move symbolized a turning point in football, with many stars heading to the Middle East. For Neymar, it meant less spotlight, but perhaps more peace. His legacy remains debated. Did he reach his full potential? Did injuries rob us of the best version of Neymar? Was he more entertainer than champion? But what cannot be denied is this: Neymar changed football. He inspired a generation, revived Brazilian flair, and made fans believe in beauty again. Part 10. Neymar's influence on the next generation. Beyond goals and trophies, Neymar's greatest gift to football may be his influence on the next generation. From dusty Brazilian favelas to suburban training grounds around the world, kids copy his every move. His flicks, feints, and fearless dribbles are imitated on playgrounds and in FIFA games alike. Young stars like Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, and Endrick have all spoken about Neymar's role in shaping their dreams. He brought street football back to life at the highest level. He showed that style isn't just for show, it's a language of joy, rebellion, and identity. In a world often focused on systems and statistics, Neymar championed the soul of the game. Coaches may try to tame the flair, pundits may scoff at the theatrics, but Neymar's legacy lives in every kid who dares to dance with the ball. His impact is generational. He's not just a player on the field, he's a presence in football culture. And long after the final whistle blows on his career, the echoes of his creativity will continue to inspire. Neymar Jr. is not just a player, he's an era of nutmegs and back heels, of rainbow flicks and outrageous goals, of tears, triumphs, and everything in between. He made football fun again. He reminded us that it's not just about winning, it's about how you win, with joy, with creativity, with soul. Love him or criticize him, you cannot ignore him. Because players like Neymar don't come often. They dance, they dazzle, and they disappear too soon. And long after he hangs up his boots, one thing is certain. Neymar Jr. didn't just play the game, he changed it. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more legends, more journeys, and more reasons to fall in love with football all over again.